Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Ghosts of Scotland. Today we visit the counties of Argyll and Bute. And before we get started, I'm going to apologise for butchering the place names again. I've tried really hard, but some of these places are really difficult to pronounce. Number 1. Mr. Stewart. In Appin there are many reports from Invercrean House from witnesses that say that they have heard what sounds like a body being dragged down the stairs, along with disembodied footsteps and doors slamming. The activity is said to belong to a spirit called Mr. Stewart, who was murdered by two brothers after they were tricked into selling their property. Number 2. James of the Glen. Old Inn in Appin has reports of swords rattling that have been hung on walls, along with footsteps and chairs tipping over. The landlord, Jim Milligan, blames the activity on a spirit called James of the Glen. Number 3. The Nun. A nun has been witnessed drifting around the Ochatan Priory in Bochaldine. Though my report doesn't explain why, it is said that she was buried alive under the foundation of the building. Number 4. Bowler Hat Man. Many witnesses have claimed to have seen the figure of a man in a bowler hat around Benheim. No one quite knows his motives, but those that have managed to get close enough to him say that he is smartly dressed with a waistcoat and a pocket watch. He will be holding a parcel under one arm. He will often be seen out on dark commute roads with no source of illumination. Often the viewers have noted that his apparel isn't fit for the weather conditions he is travelling in. Number 5. The former owner. The Glen Scotch whisky distillery in Campbellton is alleged to be haunted by a former owner, who in life was cheated out of a lot of money and drowned himself in the nearby loch. His shade has been seen numerous times walking about the distillery. Number 6. The Harp Player. Inverary Castle is said to be haunted by a musician that was executed in 1644. The ghostly musician is accredited to the melody of a harp being played around the castle, along with the sound of books being thrown in the library, though when investigated no books would be out of place. Number 7. Redcoats. In the Generae area in Inverie, a terrified father and son were shocked to witness hundreds of historical soldiers marching in their direction. Fearing for their lives, the father dragged his son behind a wall, where they both took cover. After a few moments had passed, they looked over the wall to see if they had been spotted, only to notice that the entire army had disappeared completely without a trace. Number 8. Time Slip. There is a report dating back to the 1940s of a potential time slip. A clergyman visiting the abbey in Mull reports that he could see the abbey in its former glory, and almost drown as he stepped out onto a causeway that was no longer there. Thankfully, his friends were close by and were able to save him. Number 9. The Sailor. In Tiree Canove, for several months terrified witnesses claimed to see the apparition of a sailor that would always vanish if approached. It was when the decaying body of a sailor was discovered that it all started to make sense. He was buried locally and is still claimed to be seen to this day. Number 10. The Princess. On Lismore Island, in the area around the Castle Coffin, there are reports of a weeping princess, who in life mourned the death of her Viking husband after he died in combat, though apparently the sighting stopped after her body was laid to rest by her husband's side. Number 11. Ghostly Giggling. There is a report from a cameraman on the 28th of December 2014 that says while he was setting up his equipment on the edge of the water near Loch Orr, he could hear giggling, even though no one else was present. He decided to leave the area once stones started skimming across the ice in front of him. Number 12. Hooded Woman. Sat on a rock overlooking the Loch Craignish, a hooded female figure has been seen by many passing observers. Though she will always vanish if approached, she is believed to be a member of the Clan Campbell, whose family graveyard can be found close by. Number 13. Drown Boy. Coilet Inn by Loch Eck is reported to be haunted by a young boy that drowned in the waters nearby, as wet footprints have been observed within the inn. A hen party, while taking group photos out on the grounds, were shocked to find the figure of boy in one of their photos peering out from behind the logs. Number 14. Dog Killer. In the area between Loch Tuath and Loch Cuan, one horrified witness says that they saw a misty female figure pick up their dog and hide behind a nearby rock formation. The owner chased after the spirit, only to find that the dog had pieces of its fur torn away, and under closer inspection the dog's throat had been crushed, and the evil spirit had seemingly disappeared. Number 15. Brooding Presence. And finally for this episode we have a report from 1989 from a couple that claimed the house they had moved into in Loch Goilhead was haunted by a brooding presence of an Edwardian woman, who clearly didn't want the couple to live in the house. Apparently on the day they left, one of them were pushed out of the house and the door slammed shut behind them. When speaking to their friends that had visited the house, most of them agreed that there was definitely something not right about the house. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe for future content on this channel.